This is Marcy and Connie at 1033 Main Salon and Spa here in beautiful Mumford, New York. I've been noticing in the insights on our videos that a lot of people are searching ponytails and variations of ponytails that they can do. And so we're going to probably do some ponytail designs. And this one is actually not a new design. I used to do this one on Connie when she was little. It's been around a while. But it's making a little comeback. It's been seen on certain celebrities. In particular, I know I've seen photos of Olivia Wilde wearing a version of this. And the reason I think it's making the comeback is because it is super, super, super easy. You can do some variations. I'm going to show you some variations. In fact, some of them you can set up at this point where you're just combing the hair into a ponytail. For instance, if you wanted to do something with the front, all you need to do is section that area off and clip it out of the way, and you can style that as you please. I'm just going to bring it all back for the sake of simplicity today. But you can feel free to do some fancy stuff with the front and bring it back. You also could put some teasing in through here and get a little volume if you don't necessarily want it all slicked back. But again, I kind of want to save time. I think you can handle that end of things. But I am going to show you some nice variations and even how you can turn this into an updo. So to start out, you just set up your ponytail. I'm going to do a high ponytail up here in the crown. If you had very long hair, you can start your ponytail lower and do the same thing from there. First, we're going to set up a ponytail. Very, very easy. I think you already know basically how to do that. And get that set where you want it. I'm going to just do a little smoothing out. Although this is a casual style, so you don't necessarily have to be too fussy, but you don't want to look like you didn't try at all. Alright. And essentially what this design does is set up segments through the ponytail. So you're going to come down a couple of inches with another rubber band and create a segment. Ooh, let's get that all pulled through. Having a little trouble getting a hold of the hair here. Connie's got very soft, silky hair that sometimes actually makes it a little more challenging to work with. But it's beautiful to look at. And you just go down the ponytail creating segments like that. You can do some things here to keep it interesting. You can use colored rubber bands if you wanted to show. You could take a piece of hair and wrap it around this, but I want to avoid bulk here because we're going to show you some updo variations in a little bit. Now, if you want these to be a little fancier, you can come into the middle of the ponytail after you've done a segment and just take a hold of a strand of hair from inside. Take it at the rubber band, hold this hair and push forward, and that gives you a little belling out effect for volume here. And you can do that down the length of the ponytail at each segment, and you'll get the effect of a series of little balls. You also can do something different with each segment. So for instance, here I'm just going to create a little braid. And you could create one or two little braids. You really can get very creative because this is such a simple, easy style. You could create a braid and just work it in. You could make a little, even a smaller braid, and maybe wrap it around a little bit to get some texture on there. You also can braid the whole segment just a couple of times around. Let me get a section here. And you can do each section as a different little technique or a different approach, and you only need a couple of little twists in that. And put your rubber band in here. And again, you can reach in and bell it out if you want that texture to show a little more strongly. We can do a little couple tiny braids right here. So you essentially could use this hairdo every day of the week, and it would never have to be the same way twice, because there's so much room to kind of make it your own and decorate it. You just run a few little braids here. Just to give it a little texture like that. And section that off. My braids are actually probably a little too small to really show up, but I think you get the idea of what you can do with this. And leave another section clean here. And like I said too, it can be as simple as using multicolored rubber bands, or even pick a color that coordinates with what you're wearing and sort of tie it in with your whole outfit. And that's another little clever thing you can do with this. Again, we're going to pull that up to give it a little volume. And you can segment it as much or as little as you want. I've seen some people just do the rubber band at the top and then another rubber band maybe down here and let the ends go. You can do whatever you want with it. I'm going to put one last little section in here, just because I can. Alright. Another thing that you can do is decorate each segment or one segment, however you want to do it. But these rubber bands make a nice little place for you to put in an accessory like a little flower or anything that has a stem, because you can just tuck it right in and hide the stem in the hair, and now you have a little decoration on it. And that's another variation that you can do. You can pull it off to the side, or however you want to do that. That's up to you. Now, with the addition of a couple of bobby pins, we can turn this into a nice little chignon, or the Topknots that are really popular right now. And especially if you've done some things to add texture, like the braiding or roping some pieces around, you can do that. And just twist it around that initial spot where you put the rubber band, and tuck a couple of pins in there to secure it. I like to just grab a little piece, bring the pin down to the head, and then twist it in. And those pins will never show. They tuck right into the fabric of it. Kind of adjust a little bit the volume where you want it. Alright, I thought I saw some ends out here. You could even twist it around and leave the ends out and fan them if you want something a little bit more avant-garde. We're just doing this because it's quick and it's easy. And that's another variation on the ponytail. Or you can just wear it down in the ponytail and do all of those variations and just see how long you can go before you repeat a design. You could braid every section, every other section. It's really all up to you. And there are so many techniques for adding texture to the hair. You could crimp some of the sections if you wanted. Pinning it up. And there you go. There's the ponytail version. You could even curl it up, and again, leave those ends out, and you've got a little halo kind of thing back here, depending how adventurous you're feeling. Maybe just tuck in a couple of pins there, and there's a whole new design. Like I said, it's been around a while, but it's having a little revival. Great for someone who's too busy to make a big fuss but wants to express some individuality. And nice for casual events. If you're going to work and then going out after work, wear it down and then put it up for your evening out. You'll be just fine. Look great, feel great, and have a great day. And thank you for watching.